The man travels to India on business for the first time. He notices a beggar following him constantly, so Jack takes a few coins out of his pocket and gives them to the beggar as charity.
Here's 50 paisa. Buy yourself some WD-40.
However, Jack could never have imagined that the beggar not only understood his insulting words, but also threw all the donated coins to the ground. Sometime later, while using the bathroom, Jack notices that same beggar has returned. He angrily puts away the newspaper in his hands, preparing to rush out and teach the other a lesson. But at that moment the beggar unleashes a surge of strength, directly knocking down the 300-pound Jack, and forcibly dragging him out of the bathroom. As the flight lands, Jack walks into his hotel room with a blank expression, accompanied by a hotel attendant. The attendant enthusiastically brings in the luggage, then waits for Jack to give him a tip, but discovers that Jack, normally generous, is now uncharacteristically turning his back, and shows no intention of giving a tip. Seeing this situation, the attendant reluctantly turns and walks out of the hotel. At this moment Jack sits on the bed, gasping for breath, like a deflated ball. Mysteriously, a large amount of blood flows out from his body, instantly staining the white sheets red. The next day, the police arrive at the hotel. They find no signs of struggle at the scene, nor any evidence that Jack was infected by a virus. They only find fingerprints the size of a child's palm on the bedsheet. They don't know where these fingerprints came from. What puzzles the police even more is that, although Jack clearly died last night, the measured time of death was 36 hours earlier, meaning Jack was already dead before boarding his flight to India. So the police call the Indian consulate, inquiring if there are any related cases. Subsequently, they learned shocking news. 3 weeks ago, a businessman died in a hotel in the same manner as Jack. The autopsy report revealed his weight was 238 pounds, but his passport showed 205 pounds, a difference of exactly 33 pounds. Unfortunately, Jack's body had already been cremated. Otherwise, if they had measured Jack's weight, the police were certain it would also exceed by 33 pounds. They also believed whatever killed them must be a small-framed person, similar to some kind of stowaway parasite that could enter Jack's body, which explains why the fingerprints were as small as a child's. However, strangely enough, not long after, this beggar appears again at the Indian airport, quietly begging. If it were you, would you insult him?